Hi, welcome back to Messy Tea with Tay. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. It appears that DDG got to spend some time with his son, Halo, at the zoo yesterday. And DDG's brother Dub even gloated about the call that he received from his nephew.
You know what I'm saying?
Subscribe. Hey.
I had to be Uncle Doug for a little minute speaking on our teas, y'all know what I'm saying?
It's time to eat our veggies.
And we all had to play, y'all know what I'm saying? But you feel me? I ain't saying nothing. I'm just, you feel? I ain't saying shit.
Daysha and Ty in a sit-down discussion talked about if men will change for the right woman.
His opinion or how I can change his
That's
outlook.
your problem. Women always trying to figure out how they can change. Do these niggas change for us? No.
Yeah, they do. They do. Some men do. Some men.
Not
like,
all of
I feel like my man has changed for me over the years. I've been with him for a good minute, and I feel like he changed. When I first met him, he was a legit hoe, and I feel like I definitely have changed him over the years.
Is it true that you want an open relationship?
I'll take a shot.
So yes, guys, it definitely seems like Daysha is in absolute delusion when it comes to her man Quick. Like she just stated, she feels he has changed his ways for her. But in the next clip, he basically alleges to wanting an open relationship with Daysha. Crystal is now out here doing story times trying to justify not showing up to an event that she was paid to be a part of the hosting of. Here's what Crystal has to say.
Story time about how this event planner booked me for an event and didn't fulfill the event. So I took a booking in Peoria. This was around February, March. She had texted me asking me if I could do a booking in April for her, a little business seminar. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it for you. Blase, blase. I gave her a decent price. Y'all know I'm from Chicago, Peoria, right outside of Chicago. I had it lined up like, okay, after I leave Peoria, I'm just going to go to Chicago. So shit, I'm going to get her a decent price. I'm going to go my ass to Chicago, have a ball. Okay, boom. I end up taking the booking. She ends up switching the date last minute, like a week or two before the event that I was supposed to be at on the 5th, I believe. She ended up switching it to the 19th. Mind you, my baby was in school. My baby goes to full-time school. He's not in preschool no more, so he has a schedule, and the schedule is what I buy. So with him being in school, that was his spring break time. So when she texted me and said, hey, April 19th, I'm like, cool, because that was the end of spring break. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to just keep Tremonti and take him back home after the booking, right? So we booked the flights. Everything is solidified. I booked it for the 19th. The reason why I didn't stay the night or a night before in Peoria is because, for one, I'm with my baby. I don't know anybody in Peoria. And I don't want to stay in fucking Peoria. So I booked the morning of, right? I get on the flight. The flight was for 5:30. Me and Tremonti got up at 3 in the morning and got to the airport. This was the original flight time, 5:30 in the morning. First class. Thank you. When we got on the flight, it said it was delayed until 6:30 a.m. Okay, thank you. Delayed. Y'all see that at the top. I'm on the flight. Delayed. All right. I texted her. I said I made my flight, but they delayed it until 7 a.m. I was a little sleepy, so ignore that. But I said they delayed it until 7 a.m. I'm basically on standby right now. Okay, what is your new arrival time to Peoria? Mind you, that was like at 6 something. By the time I made it, it was like 8. I said, hey, I'm trying to figure out now. The flight had to stop and the second flight took off already. This was how the airport looked with me and Tremonti in the airport. Y'all see Tremonti little hair right there. So you know I'm not lying. So she tells me, okay, give me a second. I'm going to try to have my assistant give you a call. I said, okay, is there any other airports near? Springfield and Bloomington. How far is Springfield? I believe like an hour and 15 away. If I fly in there, I'll be even later. Mind you, I had already communicated that there was a flight at 3 o'clock. Well, the flight wasn't at 3 o'clock, but I would have landed in Peoria at 3 o'clock. My set time was 2. The event was over with at 4. If you spent all this money, let me finish up this. I said, hey, can you try to have her call me ASAP? I got to see what's the next option quickly before these flights sell out. That's the only flight that'll get me there close to the time. Everything else is in the evening. Okay, she's 5 minutes away. So the assistant finally calls me, right, y'all? So she calls me. She's like, hey, how are you? What's going on? I'm like, hey, you know, I got on a flight this morning. The flight got delayed. There was a travel issue. They didn't want to move the planes. By the time we made it here to the next airport, the flight was already taken off. There is a flight that is at 1 o'clock and it'll get me there at 3. I know that my set time is at 2, but I can still make it. She like, oh, okay, give me a second. Let me call Jordan. She called Jordan and she like, oh, that's not going to work. We have a set time for you at 2 o'clock. Blase, blase. How can we make this work, basically? So I'm like, shit, you tell me. Like, I feel like I could still make it at 3. I know how to do my makeup. I do my own makeup. I do my own hair. I don't have to have no glam team. I can do everything. This girl flew somebody from St. Louis. She asked me if somebody can do my hair. I didn't know the girl was coming from St. Louis. She drove from St. Louis to Peoria. So that was one thing she had lined up. Money down the drain. Okay. Then she like, oh, can you do a virtual class? I'm like, shit, that's fine. I'm in the airport. It's fucking 8 in the morning. The next flight isn't until 1. I don't have to rush to get on the flight. Like, I could really just stay in here and then just leave from here and go to Cali. So shit, that's fine with me. This bitch tells me I have to send her back half of the money that I got to do the virtual class. Girl, you ask your rabbit man. You want to get $1 back. Like, we flew first class to get on these flights. Blase, blase. She's like, oh, this is why people usually fly in early. Blase, blase. First of all, nobody knows a bumblefuck in Peoria. So I doubt anybody wants to stay in Peoria. Then not only that, it was like the girl was asking me like, oh, can you do this hosting for me? Blase, blase. At this club, can you come with me? And I'm like, yeah, but you got to pay the same price that you just paid to book me if you want me to do that. She's like, oh, I have to pay again? Yeah, you do. But mind you, that wasn't going to work anyway because I had Tremonti. So there's that. Moral of the story, they was not trying to work with the fact that I was traveling not only by myself, but with my baby. They wasn't trying to work with the fact that there was only certain flight options. They wasn't trying to work with the fact that I could do the virtual class, but I was not going to send you back half of the money that you already sent me 3 months ago. And there's nothing I can do about the fucking rain. Then not only that, the only reason I got to that front of the line that you guys see on the airport is because I literally begged the person in front of me, like, please, let me get in front of you. Like, I have to book this flight. Like, let me get in front of you. And that's what ended up happening. When I did that, I did all of that for her to still not work with me. It's like, it would have been cool if it was just me. And it was like, okay, cool, blase, blase. It would have been cool if you didn't know that I had my baby. You knew all of that. And you chose to be stubborn. Pretty JD, shout out to you, girl. Love you and them kids, girl. She had a set time too. I guess her set time was at 3. She tried to make it seem like she couldn't push her before me at 2 o'clock and let me get on there at 3. Oh, she's already on a set schedule, blase, blase. We got security, we got gifts, we got everything lined up for you. This is really like a kind of Do you want me to come or not? Like, at this point, I'm fed the fuck up. Not only for me, I'm fed up for my baby. Like, because you know I'm bringing him. Basically, it just became a whole back and forth to the point that the fucking event ended up starting at 11 o'clock. And mind you, I was in the airport from 8. I could have made some work. Literally in a mass of 3 hours, I could have had something put together. They didn't work with me at all. The fucking event starts coming up. She like, oh, yeah, we'll talk about this, blase, blase, whatever the case may be. Like, we'll talk about it later on some shit. Ain't no later, baby. You lucky I didn't block you and change my number. Moral of the story, the fucking rain impacted the flight. I was not able to make the booking at her liking. I was able to make the booking, but it wasn't her liking. She didn't want to switch everything around, which makes no sense to me if you spent all this money to get the event, you know, orchestrated. Like, I know big rappers out here who be late to their own concerts and they still show up. You know why? Because they have a crowd to please. You so-called had all these people waiting on me, or you had all of this and da-da-da-da, but you didn't try to work with me for the flight. Moral of the story, her ex was mad. She was mad. She didn't get her fucking money back. You're not getting your money back. It's spent. Thank you. Thank ya. You ain't getting You could take me to court about it. There's nothing that you can really do because it's not like I didn't make an effort. I literally made an effort and it was on the travel. If you want to sue anybody, go sue that fucking airport, bitch. I really feel like she waited so long because she sees all of this on the media. She needed a little spotlight. Bitch, you could have just booked me again. Fuck. Now I should sue your ass for defamation of character, trying to make it seem like I just literally ran off on you. Didn't run off on you. I made the effort to get there. It didn't work because of travel. You didn't try to work. I even asked you to reschedule. Oh, I'm not doing this again until fall. Story time.
The young lady, Jordan's family that was hosting the event, is not trying to hear anything that Crystal has to say. Here's her sister responding to Crystal.
It's Crystal. It's time and you're done. I don't know why the fuck you even made a video responding to my little sister Jordan. But bitch, you done got your motherfucking one because I'm the big sister. I'm not with none of that extra goofy shit you talking about. I was there. I seen everything that happened, everything that transpired. I seen the conversation that you had with the manager, with my sister, and the shit you did. I'm the one that told her not to book your ass to begin with. I already knew what type of time you was on. You a guest finessing ass Chicago. And I don't give a fuck your stats is, who the fuck, how many followers you got. I'm not with none of that shit. None of that. None of that disrespectful. You're going to have to see me. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Or send your best hitter. Big sister was professional. She did everything she needed to do. Only around here making a whole video like you in the right. Bitch, not in the right at all. Sitting there trying to blame this shit and do it on your son. No, you knew you had to do this fucking event. You knew you needed a babysitter, bitch. You need to be here. Why the fuck we come the day of? Because you didn't want to come to begin with, like I told my sister. Your plans are showing up. You want the party? You're running your motherfucking mouth like you in the right, bitch. Not right about motherfucker coming out your mouth. You was scared once motherfuckers talking about a lawyer. You don't even have a lawyer. You got all this money. Where's your lawyer at? Lawyered up on your ass, calling, blowing the motherfucker down. We got an event around. I have to wait. You sitting here trying to make it seem like it's something for your motherfucking fans. Your fans know you in the wrong, bitch. Knew not to let me get on that phone. Because the way you was talking to my motherfucking bitch. Yeah. I want to see you talk to me like that. I want to see you. I want to see what type of time you really on. You should. I don't give a f about where you from, what the f do, what the f known, or none of that, bitch. And talk about keep my name out your mouth, you clout chasing. Hey, what clout are you, bitch? What clout are you? My sister was just arguing with Cardi fucking B gang. The reason why your ass relevant is because you caught nut from a rapper. Whoop. And you're not finna sit here and say my motherfucker. She been sparing you. We been told her to say something about this shit. Like, no, I'm gonna do it the right way. No, fuck talking about sue you. You don't want us to sue you. You was trying to figure it out then. You was popping it until my fuck about a lawyer. Then when the lawyer came about, I ain't got no lawyer. There was gonna book Terry. I told her, book Terry.
Guys, drop a comment for me down below letting me know your thoughts on all of this. And do you think it's just time for Crystal to give these people back their $1,250 since she was unable to make the event? Influencer City members are starting to be trolled for hosting a tour where very few people are showing up to attend.
I got a question. Influencer City, how are y'all making money from going to different states with only 30 to 40 people showing up? And that's a real question. And who paying $80 to see y'all do them little dance, them little TikTok dance on that goddamn stage? And why is these underage kids coming to visit some grown-ass adults to do TikToks?
So guys, go ahead and drop some comments for me down below letting me know your thoughts on Influencer City doing their tour. Thanks for tuning in to Messy Tea with Tay. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more content. Thanks.